Hi, my name is Lyle Laberty, and this is an overview of the Institute for Life Coach Training's new Coaches Community. I'll be focusing on those aspects of the community that may be of most interest to faculty during this brief tutorial. I'd like to go ahead and begin by logging in using my wife's credentials, and I have given her faculty and staff privileges for the purpose of this demonstration so that faculty members and staff members can see how it will work for them. So you simply type in your username and password, hit submit, and this will bring you to a page with a toolbar at the top where you can see all of the various functions that are available within the coaches community. The first one I'd like to point out is the ILCT community, which gives you an overview of all of the members in the community, and you can quickly see how vibrant this community begins to appear as everybody adds their pictures and a little bit of background information. Imagine we're going to be bringing over 700 members into this community who are currently using the legacy coaches community, which has been in place for a couple of years now, and we'll be migrating all of those users to this site here. We'll also be inviting all of our faculty and staff and new students to this. So before long, we'll have about 1,000 members here in this community, and that will make it very interesting. There'll be a lot of dynamic conversation and sharing of ideas, which is really what we want the Institute to be about, a place where people can come and share and grow. I'd like to show you how easy it is to upgrade your profile. If you want to add a new picture, you simply click on My Photos or edit your profile, add a little bit more information along the way. You don't have to do this all at once, but in time you can come back and you can kind of build the profile a little bit so that others get to know you in the community and we get to know each other. Also want to show you how easy it is to communicate in the community once you're in there. Let's suppose that Susan wants to send a note to Pat. She simply clicks on Pat's photo here and she sends a quick message just like this. She can write her message here, hit submit. It's really that simple, and Pat gets notified in his email inbox that a message is here waiting for him sent by Susan. So that's how that works. And so on the one hand, community members can communicate with each other at this sort of broad community level. But what's also interesting about our new coaches community is that we can communicate at the class or group level. So within this large community of people, some 1,000 people who are communicating with each other, everybody is going to belong to a certain class or group based on the kind of things they're doing in the community. So as a faculty member, you'll find that you'll have a class perhaps that you're teaching, which will show under. You may also belong to one of these other groups. Maybe it may just be the faculty and staff group. Maybe you're on the faculty advisory committee that we'll be talking more about here in the days ahead. You might be serving on the Christian advisory team. You might be serving on some other specialty faculty group that hasn't yet been developed, but when it does get developed, it will appear here. And so this is a quick, easy way to see which groups within the Institute for Life Coach Training that you're participating in. Based on your participation in those groups, you'll then have access to all of the discussions and conversations going on with each one of those groups. So the first thing I'd like to show you is what happens at the class level. So let's imagine that you're teaching the Coach Approach class, in which case it would show up here. And the idea is that whatever you click on over here is shown right here. So this is all of the information relative to that particular class. Now, if you're teaching that class, your picture would appear here. Mine appears here just for demonstration purposes. But the instructor's picture is going to appear here. The students' pictures and profiles will be here. And you can quickly see how easy it is to take a look at who's in your class, and as well the students are able to see this too from their vantage point, and they can then communicate in the same way we demonstrated earlier with each other, sending each other a quick message back and forth, or perhaps sending you, the instructor, a message, etc. in the same way. Also, you'll notice that there are a lot of folders and files here. So any of the class documents or manuals or reading materials relevant to that particular class will all be positioned right here. So no more hunting through emails and going into difficult, hard to get to online libraries to get at those documents. It's going to be all in one spot, all right here. The call-in number, the access code, the time and dates of the class, the rest of the student profiles, ways to get a hold of everybody. And in addition, the class will be able to engage in discussions that stay within the confines of that class. So any student can write a message in here, and they would just then simply click on who they want that message to go to. It may just be to you as the instructor, or it may be to everybody in the class. It could be to everybody on the entire site or of the Institute for Life Coach Training coaches community, some 1,000 members eventually, or perhaps it's just to the members of this particular class, and that's what that would indicate. Just this class, just those few, maybe 10, 15 students that are in that class. And you can begin to appreciate what's interesting about this is that the students can carry on the convey. Oftentimes these students develop relationships with each other where they're exchanging ideas and supporting each other, and they can continue to communicate with one another in that way, maybe in their peer groups, their peer buddy groups. They can pass messages back and forth by connecting in between class sessions. Some instructors in time might want to actually use some of our web-enabled resources to actually conduct a class not only on the phone but on the web as well, in which case the instructor would pull up this site, give everybody a URL access to it so that they can all see it at the same time, and they can see one another, not in real time, but at least pictures, and can kind of communicate, maybe review course documents together. We're not going to be doing that right away, but we will be talking more about that in the future. But for now, what we will be doing is enabling students to log in and see who their instructor is, see who their other classmates are, actually communicate back and forth, hold little discussions if they like in between class sessions, etc. So you can imagine as a faculty member, the same is true for you insofar as your ability to communicate with your fellow faculty members and staff members. Now again, my picture is here just for demonstration purposes. In time this will probably be Pat's picture, maybe Ellen's picture, and you get the idea. You'll have all of the other faculty members right here, faculty and staff, and this group will be able to communicate with each other, will be able to send one another messages, will be able to access a common dial-in phone number for those faculty meetings, access faculty documents and files, and share files here, and as well be able to engage in conversation and discussions at this level. Simply click class or group members, and any discussion entered here and shared accordingly would be shared with all of those who are participating in the faculty and staff group right here. So again, you can begin to appreciate the power of the community and how we can all share at the broad community-based level as well as at the individual class and group level. And then you can see the discussions to which you are participating in or to which you belong. So in this case, these are Susan's conversations that she started for demonstration purposes, and again, this is like a discussion feed. So any discussion that's going on that you have permissions to be involved with, that you're part of, you're going to see here. Those, for instance, the students who are not participating in those faculty discussions will not see a faculty discussion thread. These are all of the threads that you have rights to, and you can see them all in here. So this is an easy way to kind of get a feel for what's going on in the community. Another way to easily sort that out is to go to My Classes and Groups. Just simply look for the group that you're participating in, click Go, and immediately you have all of the discussion threads that are going on within the faculty. Or maybe you want to look up what's going on in your class. So you would click on your class that you're teaching at that particular time, hit go, and you would see here all of the discussions amongst your students that are happening sort of offline in between those calls, and you get a feel for what your students are talking about here. So it's a powerful tool, a lot of exciting functionality that will all add towards making this a more vibrant, dynamic community, and really add value to the Institute. Just a couple other things and we'll close here. You can see that there's a link right here back to our ILCT main website, which you're all very familiar with. And there's also a link here to the Journal Engine. And just a quick word about that. The underlying architecture here that makes this work is called Journal Engine. And Sabrina Schleicher serves as our Director of Practice Development. She will be working within this community to support all of the students and faculty and staff who are using our Institute for Life Coach Training coaches community. She's very familiar with this underlying architecture, Journal Engine, and will actually work with students and faculty, others who might be interested in using it in their own coaching business. So if you like what you're seeing here and you think you might want to use it in your own coaching business, you're certainly free to check in with Sabrina. She can help you with that. Our main focus with this coaches community here is to really add value to the Institute for Life Coach Training, to really bring that community of now eventually over 1,000 members kind of to life, and really engage in conversations that help expand learning and understanding about what it means to be a coach, how we can be our best at what we're doing, sharing information, extending the conversation from the teleconference calls to day-to-day interaction that you may or may not want to be able to participate in. Certainly up to you, but certainly the students will have opportunity to participate as well. So we're excited about it. Encourage you to log in, set up your user profile, participate. Thanks very much, and we'll look forward to doing another tutorial.